Hi, this is Linette from Hometown TV here in front of the Oak Center in Summit, New Jersey, where Dreamcatchers Theater calls home. We're here to meet with the co-founder and artistic director, Laura, to discuss more about the plays and workshops that are offered here for the residents of Summit, New Jersey and Union County.
Dreamcatcher is a small professional theater company. We have been around since 1994, so we're starting our 24th year. And it's something that I founded with a friend of mine, and we were in our 20s and we were auditioning in New York and feeling like it wasn't going anywhere and that we wanted more control over what we were doing. So we started this group with some friends, and we thought we were just going to do a showcase or two, and here we are 24 years later, kind of kept growing from one thing to the next. And Dreamcatcher for us was a symbol of what we try to do. You may know the myth of the Dreamcatcher, which is that you hang it over your bed and the dreams pass through it. All the bad dreams are caught in the net and only the good dreams go through. And in the morning, the sun burns the bad dreams away. So we really try to tell the good stories. Things are bleak, things are hard, but we don't have to focus on those stories. We feel like our contribution is to tell stories that will uplift and encourage people and tell people, we're all in this together. Dreamcatcher moved to Summit. It's going to be 7 years ago. And one of the reasons we moved here is that a lot of our audience was coming from Summit. And it goes way back because when I started the company, I was the drama director at Summit High School. And so a lot of my contacts were here. Our board members, our audience, even the kids that came to our programs were in Summit. So it really made sense for us to move toward those people. Another reason is that it's so well located. All the highways come together here, the train line comes here. So we have audience members from Staten Island, from Brooklyn, from Pennsylvania, because it's just really easy to get here from all those places. Dreamcatcher works in the community in a number of different ways. So one of the things we did is we went and performed at an alternative school for special needs kids. We brought our little troupe of improvers and we did an hour-long show and they loved it. And I feel like it is so accessible to kids because they're short scenes, they're funny, they're really wild physically, and they also make you really listen. You could have heard a pin drop in there. So I really feel like it's a great tool, even as an entertainment, to train kids to really participate because you also ask for things from them. So it's a way for them to be really active in an audience and not just passive and sit back. So we had a great time with that. At the same time, we did a few corporate trainings where we did the Summit Library staff. And, we ask, what skills are you looking to cultivate? And they would say something like team building, spontaneous communication. When you don't have time to prepare, how do you listen and respond? So we sent a couple teachers over there to work with a few groups, and every game that they chose was geared towards developing those skills. And of course, it's just a lot of fun too. So instead of lecturing on these topics, you actually experience these skills and you come away with having succeeded, hopefully, at those skills. Well, we're happy to do comedy and romance. So all those genres we definitely do, but we have a pretty firm rule that it needs to have been written in the last 5 years. Our audience really ranges in age from, 8 through forever. Some of our programs cover more of that demographic than others. For instance, improv is something that kids really love, and families love it because they can all come together. They don't have to get a babysitter, everyone can just all come together. So improv tends to be on the younger side. Things like our cabaret tend to be on the older side. And then depending on what the theme of the main stage shows are, it can be, I would say, middle school and up is the range for those. The idea for continuing the conversation came right after the election, and it came from one event, which was that Mike Pence went to see Hamilton, and on the way out, the cast addressed him from the stage. And after that happened, there was a lot of conversation about what is theater for, what does theater do, and what should theater do? What are the parameters of what we want theater to do in the political world and in the cultural world? What do we expect? And I thought that was a really interesting question. So it made me ask, what does Dreamcatcher do here? What can we do? What should we do? And so we had a night of one acts. They were read. I commissioned 9 playwrights to write short plays. We had 30 actors, and this room was packed with people. And we read and then discussed. And I gave them free rein. Any current event that's on your mind, write about it. And we had a really great variety of current events. and a lot of interesting perspectives. And we didn't know what to expect. We didn't know if there would be fights. We didn't know if anyone would come, and it turned out to be a really incredible evening where people were feeling very, I think, supported by each other, just, in this experience that we're all having as a country and as a community. And it's highly personal. And I think that's what we do. We're going to change the world? I don't know. It's like a drop in an ocean, but it has ripples. So even if it extends just from these people's lives, I think that's worthwhile. Even if it extends from the lives of the actors on stage, that it has an impact. So you can't underestimate all those tiny impacts that you're having. Residents of Union County and the public at large should come here, especially if they've never experienced small theater. I think a lot of people in this area who can go to New York for a show or go to the Paper Mill for a show know theater is wonderful. But they don't know what it's like to sit there and have me talk to you. They don't know what it's like to be in the room with people who are all breathing and crying and laughing together. So I would say, I think the thing that's powerful about what we do is it's highly emotional, it's highly personal, and it's really up close. It's very intimate. And I think that is a special thing that we do. And I think when people leave here, they've really felt something. They've been through something. And I think that kind of experience is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It can be life-changing, So I would say in some small way, that's what people would get coming here and should get.